Hey guys, I know this might be a little bit crazy. I know, trust me. Hang on, I'm gonna turn the fan off. I know you're probably watching this and thinking, what the hell? I have unfortunately possibly fractured my elbow. I will find out in a week and a half officially if I have or not and if I need a cast on for longer. It's bloody clunky, but yep. It's life. Unfortunately, I do love the saying that God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers, so all I can do is really be positive. I have had a very emotional 48 hours. Has been, I think, what's today? Yeah, 2 days ago in the morning I did this. Very, very stupid. Anyway, we're adapting. We are going with the flow. I have big goals. I was meant to race Moreton Bay this weekend. It was meant to be my first open elite field race. But yeah, obviously can't do that. And I do have Cairns on the 15th of June, which is in about 4 or 5 weeks. But again, depending on what the fracture clinics say, I probably might not be able to do that either. But I will still be going to Cairns because my sister and my dad are racing in a team. And I've already paid for it all, and a lot of Rebound Club will be there, so I'll be up there regardless. Anyway, but yeah, so we have to adapt, we have to change. I have taken the middle hydration system off my indoor bike, and I've got a lot of these cushions, so I'm going to put them all on here, a couple of them, and I can still bend my arm like this. So I'm gonna see how that feels, just have a go. I don't know how long I'm gonna ride for this morning. It's really just testing it out, seeing how it feels, finding good positions. I have sourced yesterday. Yesterday I did source a waterproof sleeve for this arm. So it's a suction sleeve, so it's really tight. You put it on, goes up to here, use a pump to pump all the air out, and it suctions to your arm. I did have one of these in 2016. I actually saw a video on my parents' Facebook, but 2016 I was swimming with one of these on because I also fractured one of the bones in my wrist, but I only had a cast up to there though, but I was still able to swim with it. So I'm still hoping that I can still be in the water doing some kick with fins or something like that, just to keep the body in contact with the water, and I can still do lots of long walks. I could probably even still go on the elliptical at the gym or something. So there's still lots I can do. I can still keep fit, still keep moving. Really in this time it's just important to stay positive and really keep on touch with the mental side of this injury, and yeah, everything else will come with it. So I'm still very lucky. It definitely could have been a lot worse, so I am very, very, very grateful. But yeah, it's very unfortunate. I was very excited with how my training was going. I was really feeling really good, probably at the peak of what I've been feeling, especially with my run lately. So it's a bit of a downer, but we're not going to sit here and cry about it any longer. We're going to get to work, adapt, adjust, and just see what I can do at the moment. And yeah, I'm definitely going to vlog this part of my life because it's all part of the journey. Because again, the big goal is still Kona in October. So it might be a little speed bump now, but we'll get over it. So I've had several injuries and surgeries before, and I've proven that I can come back even stronger. So let's do it! Doesn't feel too bad, so I'm gonna put on a show, see how this goes sitting like this, and yeah, not too bad. We can train, but we can't race. Let's do it. I can't turn the camera off. Hang on. Oh no. To be doing something. I have to try and stay positive. There's no point getting down and upset about it, may as well take it in your stride and grow from it, learn from it. But yeah, I got like 14 minutes to go and it's not going too bad. Let's go! How good does that look? I'm like a half mummy. Kona. Always the goal. Always the goal. Yeah, not the video I ever thought I would intend of ever making, but it is reality. So Gracie, stop. So we are just going to have to roll with it. But if you don't follow me on Instagram, or you're new here, or you don't know me, my name is Chelsea Seymour. I am currently training for the Ironman World Championships in Kona in October. It will be my second time there. Yeah, I basically just vlog up a little bit of my life and how I work full-time shift work and how I balance training with shift work. But pretty much I have just come back from picking up the bike of my dreams, and about a week ago I had an unfortunate accident. It was honestly the most stupidest thing. I've been riding for like, I think like 4 or 5 years now, which isn't that long compared to some people, but yeah, I've been riding for a long time. I haven't even had this happen to me, but yeah, I was at Roadworks and they flipped the sign from stop to slow last minute, and I just didn't have any, I just forgot, had a lapse in concentration, forgot to clear it out, and literally just had the embarrassing slow fall sideways, and I must have landed on my arm or my elbow outstretched or something like that. And yeah, there is a bit of bruising. I will insert lots of pictures and videos of training and the injuries and stuff while I'm speaking at the moment, but yeah, so at the time they put me in an elbow cast, which was very, very devastating. I know it's not the worst injury in the world. There are lots of, I could have been injured a lot worse in this situation, and I'm very, very grateful I wasn't. But yeah, it was a very emotional 48 hours after finding out I had to be in an elbow cast, because I was meant to be competing at the Moreton Bay Tri that weekend, so unfortunately that was out of the picture, which I don't actually know if it was kind of a blessing in disguise, because it was terrible, terrible weather. It was so windy and so rainy, but yeah, I still would have loved to have been on that start line, especially trying out my new bike. But the next race I do have on the program is Cairns 70.3, which is on the 15th of June. We will see how my elbow goes, or how my arm goes for the meantime, building up to that. But I'm no longer in an elbow cast. I got the great news yesterday, so I actually called the fracture clinic, because I meant to go back to the fracture clinic and they get another x-ray, and they're going to determine if I was going to be in a full cast for however many weeks, or if I was going to get out of the cast, or basically what was going on. So I gave them a call and they were pretty much like, yeah, we're super busy, but I'll put it through as urgent and we'll get back to you. And I was like, yeah, okay, no worries, like I really want to get back to sport and stuff like that. And then so basically that call ended, and about an hour later I got another call, and I was like, okay, well, when's my fracture clinic appointment gonna be? And then basically it was one of the surgeons there, and he said, surgeons or doctors, one of the doctors there, and he was like, hey, got some good news for you. So we've actually had a re-look over your x-ray, and I don't actually have an elbow fracture. So he said you don't actually need to be in a cast, but we will still need to put you in a sling because you have a fracture of the radial head. So basically there's two bones in the arm, and the radius, I have a fracture, I think it's the inside one, I have a fracture just about, there's a bit of bruising, I don't know if you can see it, but anyway, I have a fracture just about in here. It's super tiny, but it's enough to cause pain. So I've been working on some movements, but that's as much as I can straighten my arm. That's as much as I can bend it, which is a lot better than when I first injured it. But yeah, it's a twisting movement. So going from here to there, like that movement, yeah, I get pain all the way up to here. And I can't put pressure on it like holding onto a bike, but I can be in the aero bars in my TT bar in my bike. Yeah, but anyway, I got that great news yesterday, so pretty much for this sort of injury, I've been doing a lot of research, and the doctor was telling me he's had the exact same injury before, and he said basically for this injury you actually want to encourage movement early on in the injury phase, and then rest it a little bit afterwards, and but still continue to have movement to make sure that you've got it, because apparently if you don't continue the movement early on in the stage, you can actually lose a lot of movement down the track. So it's honestly not that I'd ever want to fracture, but it's probably one of the fracture that it's not the worst in the world. So I will come back from this and I will get better. And basically for now we've just been adapting, got to adapt the training and basically see what I can do that doesn't cause too much pain. I just did a bike ride, so indoors obviously. All my riding will have to pretty much be indoors for a while, but yeah, I did that bike ride and it felt good. I pretty much have to be in the aero bars the whole time, because when I do come up, I can't really put weight through this arm because it does still hurt there. But the pain should hopefully come down. So I've been instructed to take Panadol and ibuprofen pretty much for breakfast, lunch and dinner, as well as taking calcium tablets for bone strength. So I've been doing all of that, and along with also still getting my myofascial massage to create blood flow to the area. So pretty much doing everything I really can at the moment to really try and heal it as fast as I can. The doctor did say it will hurt the most in like the first 2 weeks and it'll start to feel better, but he said do still remember it is still a fracture, so I still have to be careful because I can refracture it if I'm not careful. So yeah, it's been a bit of a crazy journey, but we gotta stay positive, and I said it on my Instagram, but I do believe that everything happens for a reason. Yeah, I'm just really taking this in my stride, trying to stay positive, and yeah, but just really been looking through a lot of quotes and distracting myself a little bit with some other things. And I mean, positive is I'm getting a lot of sleep at the moment because I can't drive and I can't work. So my sleep schedule's been great. My Garmin's actually telling me that I'm peaking and I'm ready to race. So yeah, but anyways, it is unfortunate. I would have liked to have been 100% at Cairns to really give it my best shot, but even if we aren't 100%, if I can still get to that start line, we will still see. It's still up in the air, but we'll just see how training goes for these next few weeks, and then yeah, we'll make a decision down the line. But just wanted to pretty much just jump on here, share that little story with you, what's going on with my life at the moment. I obviously was very, very, very emotional. Yeah, but I did allow myself to have that time to really feel all the emotions, to understand what it is that happened and what it is I can do to move forward. But yeah, I got great news. I'm out of the cast, I'm in the sling, which was really the best case scenario. Just gonna go from here day by day and see how it goes, and I'll update you guys along with the process and the journey, because this just is another hurdle in the journey, and yeah, we're here for it, we love it, we go through all the ups and downs together and hopefully come out the other side stronger. So yeah, anyway, I'm hungry and I want a hot cross bun, so I'll catch you later on in my video. Okay guys, so now as you now know, I have not fractured my elbow, I have fractured my radial head. So I've really been focusing on moving the arm, getting more range of motion, and really just trying exercises and seeing what I can do at the moment. Really just really low intensity work to really just see what I can do exercise wise at the moment without pushing it too hard or causing any more injury to the fracture. So I still just went for my myofascial massage, which I got my calves released and all of my shoulders and my traps because I found they were quite sore from, I guess, having the sling on. I am now going to go to the pool and put flippers on and just try to really easy see if I can see how swimming goes and if I can pull through the water gently or if it's still going to be single arm. So we're going to go have that give that a bit of a look and a check and see what I can do really, and then I'm also going to go for a very, very slow, easy, longest sort of run with my dad after the swim. And yeah, just going to gauge and see how my arm feels running as well. So yeah, we're getting back into it. I'm very excited. Very, very, very excited to be out of the cast. But yeah, now it's just going to be a building block and really just testing to see what I can do. I did a 2-hour bike ride on the Zwift indoors yesterday, and honestly it felt pretty good. I don't feel any pain when I'm down in the aero bars, so I think a lot of my ride's going to be predominantly in the aero position. But when I do come up onto my base bar, it is a bit it does get a bit sore putting weight through my arm, so I'm going to try not to do a lot of that. Be a lot of indoor riding, and hopefully it'll heal quickly. But yeah, come along for the journey and we'll see how this recovery process goes. So this is me initially swimming, trying to pull through with both arms. However, I did find it was actually a bit too painful. So after a few hundred meters, I just resorted to kick with fins and single arm side kicking and side swimming. Side swimming? I meant single arm swimming. Yeah, so pretty much for swimming, I'll really just be sticking with fin work and kicking and doing some more movements in the gym to keep the strength there. So yeah, I felt a little deflated after the swim, but it's all a part of the journey. It is currently Friday. I forgot to jump on here yesterday after my sessions and give a bit of an update. But I went for a 2-kilometer swim and didn't go as well as I was hoping, but obviously, as expected, I am 1 week out of a fracture, so swimming for me at the moment will probably be a no-go just for a little while until I can actually, until I'm able to pull through the water, because I wasn't able to pull through with some. I was basically just swimming, this one was just dragging through, and I was pulling with this one, so yeah, it was just a bit too painful, so I'm not going to try and do that again. And then I went for a run with my dad. We went for a 1-hour run, and I tested a few different speeds, and yeah, running's pretty good. Felt pretty good. Didn't really have any pain, so that's good. I thought I would show you a bit of my range of motion with the arm at the moment. So obviously this is my good arm. I can bend it all the way up. This one can get to about there, which is really good. Before I was only able to get to about there. So I've got a bit more of that range of motion. And streamline, I couldn't do this before. Before my arm was pretty much like this. I wasn't able to put it into streamline. So we are in streamline. Arm still can't go completely straight. Obviously this one can do that. This one is getting there, but yeah, there's still a bit of room. Again, 1 week out from a fracture, so yeah, expected. But yeah, so we're going to resume cycling and running training for the moment, and swimming will just be on the back burner. I'll probably do some gym movements and stuff for that. So today we've got a 2-hour cycle with 6-minute zone 3, zone 4 low cadence efforts with 3 minutes easy spinning in between, and then we have a 30-minute run off the bike, just really focusing on technique and cadence. So yeah, pretty good session. And then tomorrow we are going to attempt a long 4.5-hour bike ride. Obviously all my riding is going to be indoors because I still can't really clip onto the base bar strong enough, so it's all going to be indoors. But yeah, we'll see how we go, and I'm just glad to be out of the cast. Obviously we're not going to push it too much because I do not want to re-injure it, but I still want to keep moving, I still want to keep fit. So yeah, we're just adapting and doing what we can at the moment. So I'll catch you in the ride.
Saturday and we're back on the trainer, as that's pretty much the most of what I can do right now. But the goal today is to attempt a long rolling hill 4.5 hour bike ride and see how my arm goes on the long ride. Yeah, I set my alarm for 4:30 this morning, but it's currently like 10 past 6. Yeah, set it for 4:30, plan to get up early, but I don't know, I went to bed at like 7:30 p.m. last night to hopefully get to sleep by 9, but I just couldn't get to sleep. And I'm gonna assume that's because I've had too much sleep lately, so I was just awake the whole time. But yeah, it's like after 6 and the sun hasn't even like started to rise yet, so it's definitely getting into winter sort of vibes. Not really a fan. Normally when I get up at this time, it's like, it feels like it's midday already, but oh well. So yeah, we're pretty much just gonna do this ride, see how it goes. My arm's definitely the most sore when I wake up in the mornings, I guess because it's cold and haven't been moving it too much while I sleep, but usually when the ride goes on, well, the sessions go on, the blood starts flowing to the area, it becomes a little less sore. So yeah, I've got all my goods. I found that this fast twitch like energy drink Gatorade, so I'm keen to try that and see what it tastes like. But yeah, I had 4 crumpets this morning with honey before I jumped on, so yeah, we'll do this, hopefully get the whole 4.5 hours done. Then I have a 30-minute lightweight easy strength session later on in the day. So yeah, we'll see how it goes and I'll keep you guys updated. Gonna be a long one.
Very sweaty. Hang on, I'll turn the fan. But I managed to get the 4.5 hours done. I did about, I think it was 138k with about 1400 meters of elevation, so very happy with that. Arm's feeling pretty good. Yeah, you can see the bruising. But yeah, arm's not feeling too bad, so now all I have left for the day is a 30-minute low intensity gym session. Okay guys, I just did a 2-hour easy run with my dad and my arm felt absolutely fine. There's still a little bit of bruising around, but yeah, arm felt good. Don't have any problems with running. I did a 4.5 hour cycle on the bike yesterday, as you will have seen before. My arm felt pretty good then, a little bit sore towards the end, but I think that's pretty expected. It was a long ride. And so now I still can't swim, but I'm going to do 20 minutes of easy kicking with fins at the pool. And yeah, that'll pretty much conclude training for the week. My arm's feeling a little bit better every day as we do go on, so I am hopeful. I do go back to the fracture clinic on Tuesday to possibly get another x-ray or find out what I can do with work, if I can potentially go back to work as well. So yeah, exciting things happening. Training is slowly getting on the move again, so yeah, we are here for the process, here for the journey, and hopefully everything is starting to get on the mend. I'll let you know how my kicking goes. Thank you. So that is my 20-minute swim done and dusted. I really didn't want to push it too hard this swim, so I pretty much just did kick with fins and then did a bit of single arm on my good arm, using my good arm, and then I had a few tries of pulling with this arm. Yeah, still super weak. It's a really funny injury. I can obviously still run and cycle indoors, but it's when it comes to the the twisting movement of the forearm, it just gets like a little sharp pain where the fracture is. And yes, it's very expected. I am only almost 2 weeks out from my fracture, so I think The range of motion that I've got already, I think is pretty awesome. Really just, it's a funny injury. It's like a lot of the little twisting movements, like when it comes to like putting on my shoes even. Like trying to twist my hands to tie the shoelaces to put the shoes on like hurts my arm a little bit. Obviously trying to hold the base bar of my bike when cycling, so obviously would not be able to ride outside at the moment. So all just indoors. And then the swimming, you are turning your hand a bit, putting pressure through the water, so it's obvious why that would probably hurt a little bit more than some of the other exercises I've been doing. But we'll work on that, we'll strengthen that, or we'll also make sure it heals. Don't worry, I'm not pushing. I know there's been a lot of people who have been worried that I'm pushing it too hard, but I'm definitely not. All the stuff I've been doing at the moment, I haven't been feeling any pain in my arm. So if I do feel any pain in my arm, I'll definitely be stopping my workout. So I'm definitely still being cautious that I do have a fracture. But yeah, even things like tying my hair, I couldn't do that for the whole first week with the cast, obviously. So thank God I have a very loving partner who learned how to tie very good buns by the end of that week. And then afterwards, yeah, it was still a bit hard, but yeah, I can tie my hair and stuff now, which is really good. So yeah, every day is getting better. Every day is a new day. Each day we're getting one step closer to hopefully getting able to get back in the water and do a swim again. So yeah, feeling very hopeful and grateful, and thanks for following me along this week for my vlog, and I hope to catch you in my next one. See ya. Oh, that hurt. Let's not do that. Anyway, I hope to catch you in my next vlog, and I'll see you later.